What's up, guys? It's Novsky with Academia Audio, and today I'm going to show you exactly how I process my sounds using delay. Let's get it. Alright guys, so that was the song and project that we will be working in today. Now keep in mind, this is a 7-part video series. In the last videos, we did cover saturation distortion, then reductive EQ, then compression, then additive EQ. Now really quick, before we start applying some delay, I do want to talk about exactly why it is towards the end of the processing chain. So when I think about a sound, first I want to add to it. So I'll add saturation and distortion to kind of beef up the sound. Then I'm going to do a reductive EQ to shape the sound and cut out any frequencies that I don't want in the end result. Then when I go to compress, I'm not compressing all the nasty frequencies that I don't want, and I'm only compressing the ones that I shaped in the little frequency pocket. Next, I'm going to add any missing elements with an additive EQ, so whether it needs a little more boost on the top end or around a certain frequency range, I can do that with an additive EQ to further shape the sound. And then that brings us to delay, where we start to really polish and go after that end result. So this is where the sound was left off. So it's sounding good, but it's still missing those final last touches. Now, there's two ways to apply delay. There's one way I used to do, and now there's the new way that I find way more effective. What most people will do is they'll take their delay plugin, they'll slap it directly on the track, they'll turn some knobs, and they'll call it a day. What I've found in a more effective way is to actually send that delay through a return track. So if you notice down here, I do have my delay. And the reason why this is so powerful is by sending delay, I'm able to process that delay independent of the actual lead sound. So if you notice, I do have an EQ here. And what this EQ is doing is it's taking the delay from this track and it's sending it through this EQ and then routing it back to this track. So in this case, I don't want any delay frequencies under 225. This doesn't mean that it's cutting out the frequencies of 225 on the actual sound, only the delay. Another reason why I send my delay is if I want to send this delay to multiple tracks, I don't have to put multiple incidences of this delay on all the tracks. I can go ahead and just have one instance of it and save a lot of CPU. So today I'm going to be using Echo Boy from Soundtoys. Now you can use any delay plugin you want. I just am more familiar with this one. So as far as the layout of the delay, we do have the dry and wet knob here. We have the rate knob here. We have the feedback, and all the feedback is it says how long that delay is going to last. We then have control to low cut and high cut, so essentially an EQ built into the plugin, which is pretty nice. We then can control the actual timing of the delay. We can give it a swing or we can give it a drag. We actually are able to add saturation in here, which I think is really, really cool, and it gives us different styles of saturation here. So for this case, I think I want to go with a faster delay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the delay up all the way. Another thing, when you're sending either reverb or delay or anything, you always want your mix knob to be turned up to 100%, because what's actually happening is over here when you send it, this is going to be your new dry and wet knob controlling how much of this sound is being blended with the original. So let's go ahead and set up the rate and the feedback. So I went ahead and went with a rate of 1/64. I left the feedback really short. I brought up the low cut and the high cut a little bit. I left everything else the same, and then I went ahead and adjusted my own personal EQ on the delay track. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and blend this in with the original signal and kind of get it to a place that I think is appropriate. So I felt that -13 was a great blend for this sound. I'm going to go ahead and A and B it for you. First I'm going to play it with it off, and then I'll play with it on. So as you can hear, it just gives it a little movement and it makes it feel a little wider and it just makes the sound a lot more interesting. Using delay can be such a powerful tool to kind of beef up sounds and get that nice final polish on that sound. That pretty much wraps up the video for today, guys. I hope this inspired you, and I hope this brought a little more confidence when applying delay to a sound. If you like the sounds and samples I'm using in this song, they're actually from our sample packs and serum presets down below, so definitely go check those out. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.
Didn't even know, so naive.